Okay guys, welcome back, week 3. So this week's going to be a little different. I'm going to be doing a review lesson right now, covering the 4 things that will be on the test on Thursday. So you'll have the review lesson, there'll be 2 review sheets to do, plus if you haven't already completed all the other ones, do those, send them to me. These ones you can complete, take a picture and send as you have been doing. And then on Thursday, I will send out a test. The test will be online, there'll be multiple choice, it will be sent out through Edsby and completed on Edsby. So it's just a matter of answering the questions in Edsby. When you save it, it gets sent to me and then I'll mark it and let you know how you do. For helping you guys out, this lesson will it will cover everything that will be on the test on Thursday. As well, Tuesday and Wednesday at 3 o'clock, I will have WebEx help sessions, so make sure that you sign in to those. I'll send out the link, so all you have to do is click and get on and get a little bit extra help on Tuesday and Wednesday before the test on Thursday. Okay, so let's get going. This is what is on the test on Thursday. Okay, so it's what we covered. The first day was collecting like terms. I'm going to go over and do 2 examples for each of these 4 sections that will be on the test on Thursday. So first one was collecting like terms. The second thing we did was adding and subtracting polynomials. We multiplied algebraic terms, and lastly we did distributive property. So these are the 4 things that will be on your test on Thursday. Okay, so we'll start with collecting like terms. For each one, I've given you a rule that I think, if I write it down maybe in your notes, but I think it will help you when you're answering the question. So the rule for collecting like terms is that you can add or subtract terms that have the same variable, okay, variable being the letter, okay, and exponent. Both need to be the same in order for you to be able to add or subtract them. Okay, so 2 examples. First one, 3x squared minus 2x plus 6 minus x squared plus x minus 3. Okay, so what we have to do here is decide what are the like terms and group them. Okay, so this here's the letter x and the variable 2. So x squared. This is x, but it doesn't have, it's not squared. So it's not in the same group. This doesn't have any variable at all, so different group. This one has x and it's squared. So these 2 here are in the same group. Okay, so I'm going to write them down below and I'm going to put them beside each other. Remembering that when I put them beside each other, I have to make sure that I take the sign in front of the term over as well. Okay, so minus x squared. There's my first group. My second group is the x's with no variable. Okay, so then I take those, bringing the sign down, so minus 2x plus x. Okay, so now I've got that group. And my last group is just a constant, so just a number without any variable at all. Okay, so again, bringing the sign that's in front, so plus 6 minus 3. Okay, I had a student, I think it was last year, who used to draw little lines here because it helped him to see the 3 different groups. Okay, if it helps you, you can do that as well. So when you're working within a group, you can just ignore the other 2 groups. Okay, so 3x squared minus x squared is just 3 minus 1, so that's 2x squared. Negative 2x plus x, remember there's a 1 in front. So negative 2 plus 1, that's minus 1, so it'll be negative x, that's minus 1x. And then this one's just 6 minus 3, so that's plus 3. That's your answer, okay? You don't need to carry on, you can't carry on, because these are all different terms that cannot be added or subtracted. Okay, so you stop there. Next example, negative 2ab, I'm just going to draw a line there. Negative 2ab plus 4a minus 3b minus ab minus 2a. Okay, so we go through and we try to figure out what are the groups. We've got an AB group, not in the same group, not in the same group. This one is in the same group. Okay, and then I've got an A, not in the same group. This one is in the same group. Okay, and that leaves this one on its own. That's fine. So now I'm going to bring them down. I'm going to write the groups beside each other. So I have negative 2ab minus ab, bringing the sign, plus 4a and minus 2a. Okay, and this is just on its own, so minus 3b. Okay, if it helps to put the lines to divide between the groups, you can do that. So within the AB group, it's just 2 minus 1, or sorry, that's negative 2. Negative 2 minus 1, so that's negative 3AB. 4, so 4 minus 2, that's plus 2A. And the last one is just negative 3B, because it's not being added or subtracted with any other term. Okay, so there's your two examples for collecting like terms. Okay, moving on to adding, subtracting polynomials. So, adding, subtracting polynomials. Okay, so the rule to help you, remind you here, is get rid of the brackets. Get rid of the brackets. So within here, getting rid of the brackets, if there is a plus sign in front of brackets, you should recall that all signs inside the brackets stay the same. Okay, that's if there's a plus sign in front of the brackets. Now, if there is a minus sign in front of brackets, when you get rid of the brackets, all signs inside the brackets change. Okay? Okay, so an example. 5x minus 3 plus negative 2x minus 2. Okay, so here we have a plus sign in front of the brackets, so we're in this scenario. When we get rid of these brackets, all the signs inside the brackets are going to stay the same. So there's nothing in front of these brackets, so we can just drop them and everything stays the same. So this is 5x minus 3. Now plus, that doesn't mean I'm going to write plus 2x. That means the plus tells me that all signs inside the brackets stay the same. So if this is minus 2x in the brackets, it should be minus 2x down here. I do sometimes see people write plus, minus. No, we're not adding any double signs in there. You just look at this and you say, okay, everything's going to stay the same. Minus 2x, minus 2x. Minus 2, minus 2. Okay, after that we can collect like terms. We've got 5x and 2x. 5 minus 2 is 3x. And negative 3 minus 2 is negative 5. So that's your final answer for that one. Okay? Another example is negative 2y plus 1 minus negative 4y minus 1. Okay, so now here's our sign in front of the brackets. We're in this scenario where we have a minus sign in front of the brackets. So everything inside the brackets, all the signs are going to change. Okay, so here there's nothing in front. So this is just going to get dropped. So minus 2y plus 1. This tells us these two signs inside the brackets are going to change. So whereas this is minus 4y, it's going to be down here plus 4y. Minus 1 plus 1. Okay, now we have some like terms, so we can gather them. So minus 2y plus 4y, that gives us positive 2y, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So that's your final answer for that one. Okay, a reminder, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but you should be pausing to try these examples on your own. Okay, it's a good test to see how much you know and what you maybe need to focus on for your review before the test. Okay, next one, multiplying algebraic terms. Okay, multiplying algebraic terms. Okay, so the rule for this one is that you are going to multiply the numbers, okay, multiply the numbers, but then you will add the exponents. Okay, that's of course only on the same letters. Okay, so two examples. Hi, Addie. Two examples. First one is 3x times negative 4x squared. Okay, so you know these are being multiplied because there's no sign in between. Let me just making a video here, okay? Do you want to watch? No? So these are being multiplied. So the rule above is you're going to multiply the numbers. So that's 3 times negative 4, that's negative 12. And then we add the exponents on the variables. Remember, this has an exponent of 1. We don't write it, but it has an exponent of 1. Okay, so that'd be 1 plus 2, that's x to the power of 3, x cubed. Okay, so that's your answer for that one. That's done. Next example is negative 5y times negative 3y cubed. Okay, so we multiply the numbers. That's negative 5 times negative 4, or negative 3. Recall two negatives multiplied by each other give you a positive, so that's 15. And y to the power of this is 1 plus 3, y to the power of 4. Okay, those are your two examples for that one. Last thing we have to cover is distributive property. Okay, last one, distributive property. Okay, okay, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. Distributive property. Distributive property. Okay, the rule. You will multiply everything inside the brackets. You have to get rid of your sissy, okay? Multiply everything inside the brackets by the number and variable in front of the brackets. Okay, so what does that look like? We'll do an example. So here we have 6x times 2x plus 3. Okay, I'm going to draw the arrows to remind you that the 6x gets multiplied by both terms inside the bracket. So 6x times 2x and 6x times 3. Okay, you have to make sure you're multiplying it by both terms, not just that first term. Okay, the other thing that I saw looking over some of your sheets is that over here we're going to do the work. Okay, so we've got 6x times 2x. What some people were writing here was just 12x. Okay, but recall this has an exponent of 1 and this has an exponent of 1, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So that needs to be 12x squared. Okay, so my answer here will be 12x squared. My second arrow is 6x times 3. Okay, and 6x times 3 is just 18x. Okay, so then my answer here will be 12x squared plus 18x. Is mommy talking to? Yeah. Well, I'm making a video for my math kids. Okay, I'm going to do the last question. Okay, second one, your last example. The 2y is out front of the brackets, so it's going to be negative 2y times y and negative 2y times negative 2. So I'm going to do my rough work over to the side. I've got negative 2y times y. Okay, so it's going to be negative 2y. This is 1, this is 1. It needs to be negative 2y squared. Okay, so negative 2y squared is for my first arrow. My second arrow is negative 2y times negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is positive 4 and y. Okay, so it should be plus 4y, and that's your answer for that one. Okay, so good luck. I will attach 2 worksheets for you to try. Complete them. You can send them off to me. And don't forget about the extra help sessions on Tuesday and Wednesday at 3 o'clock.